we have a staff member, Dwayne Gardner, here to share a few words with the commission regarding a recent news article. Dwayne? There you go. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
As you know, I'm Dwayne Garner.
Oh, it's Dewan. I'm sorry. Didn't say that right.
It's okay. People get it wrong all the time. It's good. I'm just here I wanted to talk to you guys, and I don't know if you guys saw the recent article in the Press Enterprise that was written about me. It basically profiled my long road to the city of Temecula, basically, my journey here. Mm-hmm. It talked about a little bit about my life, a little bit of my backstory, I should say, was at the age of 2, I was put into foster care, and I lived in foster care till I was 15 years old. That was one of the most difficult times in my life because I felt like I was the black sheep, didn't really feel cared for or loved. I felt like a total outcast, and some days I felt like I was from a different planet and didn't know how to express my feeling. I didn't know people that understood how I felt. When I was 15, I did get in a little trouble. I hit a roadblock in my life, and at that age, I was just angry at the world. Didn't think there was anything out there for me. Didn't think I was going to become anything of myself. But I went into a group home at 15, and I started having great mentors who pushed me to do great things in my life. And throughout that time, they pushed me and they pushed me. By the time I was 21, I was basically told by the state that I was no longer eligible to receive help. And they basically gave me a year left in foster care in the group home system and said, you're out. You have to find a place to live, a job, and you're out. At that time, being 20 and everything being done for me my whole life, I didn't know what I was going to do. I tried to go out and find jobs, didn't find anything. And literally the day before I was 21, which I would have been exited out of the program and homeless, a community-based group known as Victor Community Support Services came in and helped me. And they helped me getting my living situation, and they put me in a placement for temporary until I actually moved out here and had some help. Now, moving out here wasn't something that I wanted to do. I didn't want to move back to Temecula because I felt like Temecula was in the past, and I wanted to leave it in the past, and I wanted to move on to my future. But that became one of the greatest decisions in my life, I must say. In 2009, I was a part of the Mayor Summer Youth Employment Program, and I had the opportunity to work here at City Hall. Now, at the time, I didn't really, it was City Hall. I was 20. I had this big ego about being at a movie theater or fun places, and I thought City Hall was with a bunch of old people. That's where they go and hang out, and why am I going to be there? But I'll tell you, I stepped foot in that door, and I knew week after week that this was something I would love to do, and not knowing that I would ever get the chance to. Well, that summer program ended September 30th of 2009. In October of 2009, I was given a call, and I was told that for that summer program that year, they had 250 people that did the program. Out of the 250 people, 150 people were eligible to do full-time or part-time work. Out of that 150 people that were eligible to do part-time and full-time work, they were narrowing it down to the top 10 best of that summer for one position as a recreation assistant working at the Temecula Community Center. I went into that interview and I walked out, and 4 weeks later, or 3 weeks later I should say, I kind of gave up hope, didn't think I would get the job, but I also at the same time said, you know what, there's probably something better. Well, I got a call November 9th, and I'll never forget that day because there was tears flowing down my face. Years and years of trying to look for work and get a job, years of feeling like, I didn't belong somewhere. I didn't have a base foundation for myself, a group of supporters. I was hired on to the city of Temecula. That, by far, was the greatest day of my life. I love my career with the city of Temecula. I love this city. I wake up every day proud of the city. For the longest time, and still now, I don't have a vehicle. I was walking and I was biking, and at one point I lived in Marietta. I lived 7 miles from work, 7 miles to, 7 miles from. I would walk. I'd get up 5:30 in the morning and get myself to work if I needed to be there at 8. A lot of people have asked me and said, well, you know, why don't you do this? Why don't you take the alternative and get a car? For me, at that point in my life, and even now, it kind of builds on, I need more important things. You know, I'm dealing with, a car is I think, a want. It's not something that's necessary. I think I have to earn something to that magnitude, and I'm not there yet. I haven't earned it. So I'm so content with walking, biking, and I'm dedicated to my job. I don't care if I have to walk 10 miles, I'll do it, you know. So I thank you all for allowing me to come up here and speak with you guys and sharing a little bit about myself, and I plan to continue working with the city of Temecula and growing. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Duane. That was so inspiring. Congratulations on all that you have achieved and all that we know you're going to achieve.
Can I address
Can you
Duane?
say, yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to talk a little bit to Duane. Part of what I do in our community is I run a program. It's called Temecula Bike Train. And what Temecula Bike Train started out as is just a venture to sort of empower people that they could ride a bike to school. So can we get kids and can we get families to ride their bike to school? And the answer to that is yes, we can. It's really easy. You say, get on your bike, we're going to ride, and they show up. So sort of born out of that was this thing like, well, it's really easy to get kids to ride, but we need to empower sort of the rest of society to ride bikes. And as the time went on, I felt like Temecula Bike Train can be more to the community than just a bike train for kids to school. So we started to talk to people that could donate bikes. We found people that were willing to give us bikes that we'd fix up. We would find homes for these bikes, which was really cool. People would come to us and they'd say, I need a bike for my daughter, or I need a bike for my son. Can you fix up a bike? And we'll fix up these bikes. We'll get them rolling, and we'll give them to these kids. And then we started giving them to adults. And I sort of ran into people. When I'm out and about, I see people all the time. And so I talked to this gentleman, Brian, one time, and he says, look, I don't have a car. I don't need a car, but I can't walk everywhere. Temecula is too big to walk. So it's sort of the perfect transportation, really, for Temeculans to get around. So the community bikes aspect of Temecula Bike Train is, can we get more people on bikes that need bikes as a reliable form of transportation? And the answer to that is, again, it's yes, it's really easy. So tonight, I would like to present Duane with a new bike. So on behalf of Temecula Bike Train, would like you to have a nice, reliable form of transportation. I know you don't need a car, and you probably don't even really want a car, but this bike will get you to your job, to your friends' houses. It is a fabulous bike. I actually wrote, when I wrote it up here, I kind of didn't want to give it to you. Really nice, but I have to go get it for myself. So again, on behalf of the Bike Train, we want you to have this to get to your job, to your career, and enjoy commuting around Temecula in a nice way.
Thank you so much. That's such a blessing. Thank you. That really touches my heart.
If you're going to hang around, and I don't know that you are, I'd be more than happy to ride home with you because I live really close to where you are. But also, I'd like to invite you to come out to one of our bike trains at one of our schools, and I'll get in touch with you, to sort of lead the school year's kicking off. So let's lead a bike train together, and you can come out on your bike and show all these kids how to do it, if you're interested.
Congratulations. That's just awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the time to do that.
Oh, thank you for doing that. That's just outstanding. Thank you.